Hello everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be reviewing the action sci-fi movie Death Race, made in 2009 and released on August 22nd of the same year. It was directed and written by Paul W.S. Anderson, who is an English filmmaker who regularly works in the action sci-fi genre. He's had an okay career in filmography. A lot of work he has done are not any of my personal favorites of mine. This includes his work in 1995's Mortal Kombat and the Resident Evil franchise, among others. My most favorite of his works would be 2008's Death Race, which is the topic of this video, as well as 2004's Alien vs. Predator. So overall, a decent filmography, though nothing spectacular. I hear he's married to Mila Jovovich, which is nice. Nice, dude. Really. Anyways, back to the film at hand. 2008's Death Race is a remake of 1975's Death Race 2000, with cinematography done by Scott Kevin, edited by Nevin Howie, among others, and music done by Paul Haslinger. All of which did an okay job in the film, but more on that later. The film was produced by companies Relativity Media, as well as Mr. Anderson's own production company, Impact Pictures, which is a cool name for a film production company, among others. The film was distributed by Universal Pictures and has a runtime of around 111 minutes, which is standard for films of this scale and genre. The film's budget is estimated to be around 40 to 65 million, while making around 76 million at the box office. This is impressive, though not spectacular. Depending on the actual budget, this is only a decent return that likely only made people their money's back, though established a type of fan base, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the cast, then plot before reviewing the film overall, and perhaps going into spoiler territory later in the video, so you have been warned, and I will do so again when the time comes. The film stars Jason Statham as Jensen Ames, Tyrese Gibson as Machine Gun Joe, and Ian McShane as Coach, among others. I only mention those listed due to their larger parts in the film relative to those not mentioned. If you are interested in a full cast list, I recommend you look it up on your own time. Moving on to the plot, the film provides the audience with a summary of the current state of America, and it states the following through text right at the beginning of the movie. The year is 2012, stating that the U.S. economy is in a severe economic recession or turmoil of some kind, and that crime is rampant due to this. The prison system, of course, is overflowing with criminals, and so the prison system decides to use the inmates to make the money other than through forced labor. So instead, they decided this type of a modern-day gladiator fights accompanied with live streaming. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Now, the streaming aspect of this is much safer since spectators do not have to travel to a prison to see these inmates race or kill each other. This provides a quote-unquote rating sensation that makes the citizens happy, and the prison system's loaded with cash. After that intro, we have our main character who is framed for a crime to enter the prison system in order to partake in these races, as there's a shortage of inmates who are, proficient in racing cars. Okay, so before reviewing the film overall, I gotta say something about this plot. I mean, come on, man, this is some wild shit right there. I mean, what? There's a lot of bad, and there's a lot of good. The bad, of course, is that the economy and crime. I mean, that sucks. You don't want to be scared stepping out your front door, as well as the corruption that exists within the prison system, which is fully capable and willing to frame innocent civilians in order to feed this system. The good out of this, however, is that the public gets to see these criminals and scum who are actually guilty fight to the death. You know, I don't mean to get too off topic from this video and channel, but most people don't change for the better. I mean, a lot do, and I believe people are capable of it. You know, they're capable of changing for the better. But the majority of people who commit these horribly offensive crimes are very unlikely to turn over a new leaf and become doctors or some sort of medical personnel or something that's favorable to society. So most of society prefers that these people rot in jail and die, suffer if they can. So why not watch them fight, suffer, and die? I mean, that's pretty awesome. I'm sure not only will the general public enjoy it, but the victims of the families would also. I know the film touts that they will be free if they win, but I am more than willing to vote for an option where if they win, they walk out the front gates and get shot in the head with a sniper rifle as soon as they step out. Anyways, back to the movie. The cinematography is decent. There are some odd shot choices and color grading effects that seem a bit off. Nothing offensive, nothing distractive in a major way, just overall okay. The editing is pretty good, albeit standard for action films of this type. For instance, it's quite common to see a lot of jump cuts and quick zoom-ins to establish tension and to highlight action. It's not over the top in this film like in others, but it works well for this genre. The music is okay, though pretty much completely forgettable. It's so wild how in movies, how little I realize or even memorize the fact that there was even a soundtrack to the film. So overall, I would say the sound was effective in its film in terms of action sequence, but in terms of musical or emotional creation totally forgetful. The writing is only okay, without question. I'll get more into that in the spoiler section of this review. And finally, the acting. Only decent, nothing crazy. It is not just in this film, but mainly in action films where the acting is usually just decent. especially keeping in mind that one of the main purposes of an action film is to show the audience cool action sequences, fights, explosions, and made mainly for money. I mean, nobody's really expecting a truly gut-wrenching performance with raw emotions being portrayed, so yeah, I mean, overall, how does the film stack up? Well, it's an okay action movie. You know, is it worth your time watching? Yeah, it ain't bad. Overall, you'll have some fun. It's a good movie. It's entertaining. It'll keep your attention. It's a fun movie to watch with a boyfriend or girlfriend. It's jam-packed with action and drama. It will keep you entertained. Is it a tour de force of emotion with expert cinematic skills? Hell no. But that's not the movie's purpose. It's a cool action sci-fi movie, and it succeeds at that and not much else. I do not recommend you watch any other Death Race movie in the series, as they are all terrible. Yes, absolute garbage, just utter offensiveness. I might make a review on them in the future. They're just so bad. I was offended, but only slightly, of course. Offended nonetheless with all the choices made in the films, but truly avoid them at all costs. Alright, that's going to be it for an overall review of the film. We're going to be moving on to the spoilers of the film, so you have been warned and are being warned again. One thing that sucks ass with the film is that there's a missed opportunity to have the main character go to jail for a real reason instead of being framed for a crime. You know, audiences can truly relate and empathize with someone who's done bad in the past and are willing to change. This makes for a more complex character with possibly satisfying character changes throughout the film. Instead, he's an innocent man, and no one except a few characters in the audience knows this. His character, unfortunately, is weaker for it. Now, another odd thing about this is the women who help spot the drivers during the race. I mean, we know they're all there for eye candy, and it is welcome. But their placement in these car races are a bit much, since no one really wants to see a hot chick mangled in a car. I mean, we never really see them horribly injured in most of the car wrecks, so we can assume the director also knows this. Plus, the chicks they chose were very average. None of them were really hot, except for this thickish white chick here. I wish they had way more of her instead of this main chick they chose. Another goofy thing is the line where the warden says something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing of course, but "fuck with me and we'll see you shits on the sidewalk."
Okay, cocksucker. Fuck with me, and we'll see who shits on the sidewalk.
I mean, it's so odd and makes no sense. There are literally hundreds of things she could have said that would have been better, even generic things. Hell, her even ripping off Tony Montana's "Say Hello to My Little Friend" would have been better.
You want to flick ace? Okay. I'll play with you. Come on. Do you want to play rough? Okay. Uno. Say hello to my little friend!
Next up, Tyrese Gibson's character is so rude to his male driver. Now, there is a brief mention of his character being homosexual, but I don't see it in the film, and I'm not sure if that's true or not, or maybe some sort of dialogue they walked back, because it doesn't come up again in the film. It's an odd choice. I do find it odd, yet humorous, how badly he treats his male spotter. He hits the spotter, he verbally abuses him, and even at one point killing him. Just totally out of place, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Alright, moving up next, they have a huge semi-truck they bring out near the end of the action sequences, and it's totally action-packed. I mean, the way they take it out is dope as well. Hell, anytime you have a large semi-truck doing a front flip in a movie, motherfucker, I'm there. I mean, no, literally, I'm there. I'm providing the pyrotechnics as well as coordinating the entire event, and you are welcome. Also, the kid who stutters does a real good job of playing a stuttering lad. You know, a little stuttering lad. I wonder who he's been put in jail for. I mean, is he also a framed serial killer, or is he actually a serial killer? The world may never know. I would not fist bump that dude out of fear of AIDS transmission. I mean, can we take a moment to appreciate how hard Frank from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia freaked out when assuming he was in danger of contracting AIDS through touch? I mean, come on.
Andra, come on, my little girl. How are you doing? Are you okay?
Well, no, I'm very broken up inside. You know? Bruce, this is Seamus, my fiance.
I am also broken up.
Let's say we all bring one in for a hug. We're doing hugs. Oh, I'm so sorry I missed the funeral. We were in Uganda doing a lot of work with the AIDS crisis there. And...
AIDS? You touch anybody?
Well, sure.
Hey, man! What kind of shit is that? You just hugged me! Why would you do that?
Seamus is joking. He's got a very dry sense of humor.
I'm not joking. That shit is serious. I gotta take a shower now.
It's kind of
Oh,
odd,
yeah. Well, that's my guy. You know, he's got a little bit of a germ problem.
I'll get him some books for that.
He's grieving and
Sure.
That's going to be it, guys. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like the video if you did. It helps a lot. And if you did not like the video, bite my asshole. Be sure to subscribe for more hilarious content and death race that bell notification so you're alerted every time I post an insightful movie review. Share it with friends so you can help me become a millionaire. I mean, it literally costs your ass nothing to do either of those things. Other than that, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.